Welcome to every movie I've ever seen. This is a special March Madness edition where throughout the month of March I'm going to be reviewing a bunch of Clive Owen movies tournament style to figure out which one is the best. The movie that I'm talking about today is The International. This is a movie that I had previously seen, actually. It was one of the rummage sale movies that I watched. I think this was one of five. I know I did 5 rummage sale movies at a time, and this was one of 5, and one of the other 4 was another Clive Owen movie. It may have been Intruders. It was either Intruders or Derailed, because Derailed, Intruders, and The International were the 3 Clive Owen movies I had picked up on rummage sales. So two of the 5 were Clive Owen movies, which is the inspiration of why I started this and picked Clive Owen in the first place. I don't remember this movie a whole lot. I'll be honest. I feel like I somewhat, maybe didn't mind it, which isn't exactly high praise because those rummage sale movies were usually forgettable garbage. I mean, it of course, I should mention it, of course stars Clive Owen as the lead. He's a guy. He's like government or military or something, spy potentially. Maybe he's the International. I don't know if he's the title character or if there even is a title character. I feel like the disc didn't work for this movie, or like it skipped. Only a couple of the rummage sale movies actually didn't have discs that worked. I think that Dolan's Cadillac didn't actually work at all, so I had to like rent it on YouTube to actually watch it. I don't know why the hell I did that. That doesn't make it. Now that I think about it, it doesn't make any sense. But it's some action movie with shooting, I suppose. I don't remember a whole lot of it, to be honest. It was pretty forgettable. Probably not all that exciting. I remember, the only thing I really remember is there's some type of shootout scene in like a multi-leveled building, where like the building is kind of like a parking garage almost, where like like the parking garage in The Dark Knight that like circles down, and the car spins around and around and around until it goes to the bottom, and then Batman's on the top, and he jumps down and crushes Scarecrow's van when it's driving by. It's kind of like that, but it's like a building. So there's like layers. So like there's a layer here that has like a barrier, and there's like a layer up here, a little higher, that has a barrier. And so people are like shooting down at each other. Like, well, somebody's shooting down, the other person's shooting up. I feel like somebody dies during that. Like maybe like a somewhat bad guy who is like not the actual bad guy. He's like framed or something. I want to say this has something to do with oil as well. Or that may be that movie, The Deal, with Christian Slater, which was atrocious. I talked about that earlier too. Potentially something to do with oil or gas. Maybe like foreign people have gasoline and oil. I don't know. But anyway, this movie would be going up against Anon from yesterday, and I suppose Anon passes. So Anon wins in the first round, goes on to the quarterfinals against one of the 2 movies from the next 2 days. Just I knew that pretty much any movie that goes up against one of the rummage sale movies would hopefully have a free pass, because those rummage sale movies were pretty bad. I think Intruders could pull up a surprise upset if I watch a pretty bad Clive Owen movie. I certainly hope I don't. I'm hoping all the Clive Owen movies I'm watching at this point are good, because I don't feel like I've fully recovered from Fuck You, It's January, so I don't want to watch any more bad movies for the rest of the year. But looking at what I have planned for the rest of the year, I think I may unfortunately be watching some bad movies. Potentially even next month, actually. Now that I think about what I have planned for next month, too. Oh boy. So yeah, Anon makes it off. This is International is definitely the worst of the 3 rummage sale movies that I watched. So it would be cool to see some upsets of those, if But yeah, Anon gets away with the victory. I mean, it's just, I'm probably more likely to remember Anon, at least, an interesting concept or premise. I'll remember parts of the movie, and like, oh yeah, that's the movie where they have the thing and they do this thing and that thing's going on. Maybe I won't remember the details, and maybe 5 years down the line I'll be compelled to rewatch it and new stuff will happen, but maybe not. But yeah, so there you go. International wasn't very good. Anon, unsurprisingly, moves on to the next round, and that's all I've got to say about the International.